Hey, Broken World Entertainment. So I've just watched the entire series of The Witcher Blood Origin. Episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, good God. Interestingly, though, if you Google the show, it says there's 6 episodes. But there isn't. There's 4. And with the way some of these stories go, I think there was 2 other episodes. There is a rumour that they cut 2 episodes. And when you just see how easily people show up where their stories weren't introduced, kind of makes sense that there was possibly 2 other episodes. Something seems missing. That's for sure. So ultimately, what the hell is the show even about? Well, basically, it's about 3 different clans getting wiped out to form one clan, which means super diverse, stunning and brave. Black woman wants revenge for her clan being wiped out, mainly her sister. Big dumb white man, he wants revenge because his clan and his father and sister were murdered. Michelle Yeoh wants her clan's sword back. And the rest of the morons that kind of flood about kind of just want revenge or some shit, that have purpose in life. Except, of course, for the Empress, who started off, of course, as the princess who fucking murdered everyone. She just wants to be Empress, but not just of this world, of all worlds. While Henry just wants to be all powerful. It's so... Jesus Christ. So things just kind of happen and people meet up in such an easy way. There's a guy who's in a prison cell. I said this in the other video I did about this show. There's a guy in a prison cell which we meet. Henry introduces us to him. And he apparently has the same type of power that Henry does. The second episode, that dude just arrives. It's either the second or third. I'm pretty sure it's the second episode. He just shows up in the forest. It's like, hang on, we saw you once and you were in a prison cell. How are you here? And he tells them that he escaped during the chaos of the big beastie coming down and killing everyone, which was the plan the Empress pushed through. And it's like, no you didn't, because when we got introduced to you, that was after all of that shit had happened. So no, you didn't escape during that chaos. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. Even in the first episode, when what you could basically call a coup, it was basically the princess was going to get married off by her brother to one of the other clans to form peace between all the clans. But certain members of each clan got up and walked off. Not subtly either. They just got up and walked off in the middle of this ceremony. And then she does too. She's like, oh, I don't feel well, I should leave. And they're like, okay, yeah, you take her back. Well, it should have been the case of this entire ceremony is about you. You, like, going to be joined with this dude over here. Like, we can't let you go back. But they're just like, yeah, sure, you go ahead. You go off. That's so stupid. Lenny Henry keeps opening the fucking Stargate. That's what the thing looks like. It's portals, but it looks like the Stargate. He's going through. He's trying to get ultimate power off this blue light that is pretty much telling him he needs to make sacrifices to gain the power. So he keeps bringing the deaf fat one with him. That's who the woman always standing beside him is. It was meant to be his apprentice, by the way. They keep bringing kids into the portal. He sacrifices the kids. He gets power, but it's not sustainable because he must sacrifice something that he truly holds dear. We'll get to that. The Empress feels that him, Lenny Henry, and the other feminine looking dude, who apparently is a big character in the game, but they've now made him gay. Shock horror. That they're plotting to kill her as soon as they can gain power, and she makes a bargain with him, the feminine dude, and pretty much betrays what's his head, Lenny Henry. The Stunning and Brave, that's what we shall call her. As from Heel versus Babyface, pretty much calling her this, but we shall do it. Stunning and Brave with Dopey Human, who I shall call Love and Thunder because he constantly has an axe. They meet or get Michelle Yeoh. They go looking for more people. They need more people to join our army to take down what's her head, your assholiness. But they need money. They need money, so they decide to go rob a bank. Oh, and they're being searched for. How people know all three of them need to be searched? I don't think it's actually all three of them. I think it's just Stunning and Brave and Love and Thunder. Pretty sure Michelle Yeoh wasn't part of that, but either way, they go to rob a bank, but the bank has already been robbed because they came across the city being destroyed by the three clans. They go in. What happens? Well, someone saw them going in from the Empress's army, and all these big armies coming towards them. Do they just shut the door and kill them? No. Do they all run in together and just in a big orderly line run at them to try and take them out? No. They pretty much run at them single file, one by one, so it's just easy to take them out. There is a dwarf in the bank who explains to them, you're more valuable in here than anything else. He escapes through a little door. Yeah, little, get it? Jesus. Eventually, one of them, the Stunning and Brave, gets distracted and kind of gets a bit too into the killing, which Michelle Yeoh tells her, hey, keep your position, and she gets cut on the back when the guys gets her with a sword. The guys eventually leave, and then they shut the door and set the place on fire. It's like, oh, after two of you went in there, got killed, you didn't decide to do that straight away. No? Oh, okay. They break through the thing. They escape because the very next scene, they're out in the middle of the fucking forest somehow. Oh, okay. We don't see where that trapdoor goes. They just go through it and poof, they're gone. They're out in the forest, but Michelle Yeoh is now unwell. Then we meet our next hero that's going to join the gang. Big Welsh dude. He's Welsh. He's searching for them. He finds them. Sees that Michelle Yeoh's been poisoned. There was poison on the sword. Decides to help them. Wants to join them to kill the Empress. For whatever. Who cares? They're immediately like, okay. He brings them, they go through a mist. He says, whatever you see, try and make it through the other side. To go through the mist, it shows you your future and things you've done and blah blah blah. And they're like, why didn't you warn us about that? And it's like, because it's worse and they can't find out who you are if you kind of try and fight the memories. Where we meet then another sorceress type person who has, I believe, in actual life as well, Sarah Posey. So she limps. This is also where we meet the dude who was in the prison cell, who's black, by the way. He is twins. He's a twin with the white blonde woman. You know, the dollar store Daenerys Targaryen. And they give you the same type of bullshit explanation as to how that's the case. The exact same as that Resident Evil pile of shit show that Netflix had on, where it's like, hey, the Asian girl and the black girl are twin sisters, and they give you some stupid reasoning for that. Well, you get the same with this, like practically the exact. They just rip off a ton of other things. A ton of other things. A lot of Marvel. We'll get to it. Oh, we'll get to it. They helped them. They helped Michelle Yeoh, and she's now fine. But the one thing I jumped over, because I'm just getting some of this shit out of the way, the second episode actually opened with the dwarf woman, who's full on nuts. She's talking to her hammer. Her hammer is named Gwen. She's looking for someone. She's told to not just fuck off, but fuckity fuck off. I'm not joking either. She breaks through a window. We just hear commotion, and then she walks out covered in blood and kissing the hammer and still talking to the hammer and singing. She eventually finds who she's looking for, which you don't see happening. All you get is a scene of her standing there talking to herself, painting on the wall, walks over to a table where there's a guy face down dead, and apparently that's the guy she was looking for. And she writes on the wall, I'm assuming it was in his own blood, here lies whatever the fuck he's called, the Draper of Dwarven blah blah blah, and then says slayed by Gwen of the Flowers, some shit like that. She meets up with them. She saves them. After they go through a portal, they jump through a Stargate. Stunning and Brave, Love and Thunder, Michelle Yeoh, and Yin and Yang twins. I suppose that's what I should call them, Yin and Yang. They open a portal, go through a portal, big beastie comes after them. They thought they were just getting to the city quicker. They weren't. They went to a completely different planet because there was 2 moons. Big beastie comes after them for like 5 seconds. End of the episode. Started the next episode, 3rd episode. Big beastie's after them. He opens the portal again. You don't see how this time. It's just there because you didn't know how to at the end of the 2nd episode, but all of a sudden there it is. They jump through, it closes, cuts it in half. They're trying to come up with a plan, blah blah blah. How are they going to get to the city? Which, by the way, they are now at. They can see it. How are they going to get into the city? How are they going to kill the beast? They have a plan. They need to kill the Empress's beast, kill her, destroy the monolith, and free the people, basically. And there's fucking 6 of them at this stage. They immediately meet the dwarf, who I shall call Mini For. Because let's face it, she's going around with a hammer. She's Mini For. So she's like telling them, hey, come here, take cover. And she shows them the beastie flying around, and she brings them to the cave, and they all immediately become best of friends. They devise the idea that, hey, the yin and yang does anyway, or at least the yin of the yang, comes up with the idea, hey, we could use the heart of the beastie that's out there, make a potion. Basically, we could make a witcher, the first ever witcher. Stunning and Brave is the one who wants to do it. Fucking Love and Thunder doesn't want her to do it. All of a sudden, these two just fall in love and bang. They have a party. She's like, hey, I'm gonna die tomorrow, blah blah blah, or I could die tomorrow. Why aren't we celebrating? This is me wake, let's go have a wake. They just have a party. He doesn't want her to do it, blah blah blah. It just goes on and on and on. This is really all that's happening, like, in the show. Just nothing. Just this type of shit. 3 of the guys cry in the episode. The black dude from the yin and yang, he cries. Love and Thunder cries. And the big Welsh dude cries. Ooh. What's happening up in the... Oh, the Empress. The Empress is walking through her castle, basically, all on her lonesome. This is the same person who, when she became Empress, wanted to go down and see her people, and a flock of guards stood around her and wouldn't let her pass. All of a sudden, she's just walking through the castle all on her own. No guards, nothing. Passes a couple of people, and a guy walks up to her and is just like, we're starving, pulls out a knife and goes to kill her, and he just, like, the Force happened and killed him, and it's some young dopey looking dude who, if you've watched Az's reviews, he calls him Mr. Bean. He's a bit worse than that. She's like, thank you. All of a sudden they're back in her room where all the guards are, and they're like, that shouldn't have happened. You're like, no shit, Sherlock. This is the Empress, and you don't have a single guard walking with her. Kudos. So she wants him to be her protector, basically, and she makes him be a spy. It's like, yeah, Lenny Henny's got a book. You go get that book. Go get that book. Be a good boy. On your bike, son. Which he does. He finds the book and fucking yada yada yada. Henry comes out in like fucking Darth Vader, using the Force, choking him out, showing him about. He's about to throw him off a roof, and all of a sudden he's told stop. But when he turns around, there's the Empress with feminine dude and a few guards, and they have fat deaf woman, his apprentice, with a knife to her throat, saying, we'll kill her. And he's like, no, don't. They throw him and her into prison. Oh, good God, this show sucks. So we go. Oh, Stunning Brave sings again. There is a ton of fucking singing in this show. She sings a shit song. Then her and Love and Thunder are out in the woods, still singing the fucking song. They have a bit of a chat, and then they bang and pretty much confess their love for each other, which just came out of nowhere. Especially since the first time they met, they were trying to kill each other. But they bang. She wakes up, hearing him scream, runs into the cave. He took the concoction instead of her. So he basically becomes the Witcher, the first ever Witcher. Michelle Yeoh had fucked off. She gone to the kingdom. She went forward to the Empress and with the bounty picture of him and went, hey, I know where he is, I can get him for you, but I want this amount of money for him, this amount of money to kill the Lark, which is Stunning and Brave, and After all that, I want you to give me back my people's sword. Empress agrees. She also says, by the way, I want 50 of your men to help me bring them in. She's like, okay, so you're thinking, oh no, Michelle Yeoh's betraying them. Comes back. I could be going into the 4th episode of this day. It's all the same. It's all the fucking same. She eventually comes back. Oh, by the way, there's a conversation between Welsh Boy and Minnie Four as to why she calls the hammer Gwen. So she explains to him she loved another dwarven woman with big knockers, according to her, who a group of elvins draped. She found her naked and pretty much torn apart, or like her insides or something ripped out. So she went up into the mountains, forged some ore, whatever she called the ore, and put her lovers, Gwen, yes, Minotaur, the female dwarf, is also gay, put her lover Gwen's ashes into the hammer, put her name on it and little eyes on it, and basically said it's the last thing her enemies see is her name. Yay. Hooray for Gwen. She overheard, which I thought they all overheard, but apparently she overheard Love and Thunder, who's pissed out of his skull now, say to Michelle Yeoh, who's not drinking, when she says, hey, tell me about this secret entrance, how do we get in? Because he's drunk now, he's like, there is no secret entrance, and if there was, I'd have destroyed it personally myself when I was working there. And she's like, well, how the hell are we getting in then? He's basically like, we'll wing it. Which is why she came up with the idea, I'll go in and get face to face with the Empress, which she does. Not one guard. There's only 4 guards in the entire room. Not one of them took Michelle Yeoh's sword or her knife off of her. And she's face to face with the Empress. Is like, you're already pretty much going on a suicide mission. Why don't you just kill her now? Even though you're probably gonna die, just get it over and done with right now. It's like she's right there in front of me. But no, so she buggers back off. What do we have then? Oh, we have fucking Love and Thunder going through the pain of transforming into a Witcher. He dies, but then he comes back. And when he's back, he's cowering in the corner and stunning a Braves offer, saying, hey, it's only me. The rest of them are all outside. Just listen to my voice, blah, blah, blah. And then the two of them bone again. It's like the dude was literally dead like 5 minutes ago. And now the first thing you do is bone him again. And he starts hulking out when they're boning. So then Michelle Yeoh shows back up and is like, hey, I went to scout ahead, because they're questioning, like, hey, where is she, by the way? And they're like, yeah, I went to scout ahead. And they're like, good thinking. She goes, it's all clear. Let's go. Stunning Brave comes out. And, by the way, we are in the 4th episode now. Don't even remember where the 2nd episode ended. Don't care. Or 3rd episode, I should say. Don't care. So she sees Stunning Brave, was like, you look the same. She goes, I am the same. I didn't take it. He did. And they're like, yeah, whatever. What fucking, let's go. She brings them over and goes, hey, there's a clear path over this ridge, and walks them in to like a canyon and into a dead end. They're like, hey, it's a dead end. What's going on? The Empress's army arrives behind them. They're like, hey, what's going on? Michelle Yeoh pulls out a sword, runs over with them, and they're like, oh, we've been betrayed. Oh no. And she starts leading them towards them to slaughter them, and she whistles, and just this bunch of nobodies jump up from the cliffs and shoot them all with arrows. Where these people come from, don't know. When did Michelle Yeoh go find them? Particularly when she fucking had 50 goddamn soldiers with her. And by the way, if there was 50 there, fucking yeah. So now they have a new plan. And that plan is to dress as the guards. This gets so fucking stupid. So they dress as the guards to go up to the thing, the castle. And nobody seems to notice. Okay, the first guard at the front is now a black female with colourful dreadlocks hanging out of her helmet. Back there's a midget fucking guard. And there's one with a gigantic limp over here. Okay. Meanwhile, the Empress gets her fucking young dude, sorcerer bloke, to try and open the monolith. He can't do it. So she frees Lenny Henry, and he'll only leave if the fat one goes with him, Fat Deffy. The Empress is gonna send armies through the portals to pretty much stake claim to other worlds. She sent 6 guys. That's her armies. 6 guys led by feminine dude. So that's up to 7. And then Henry and the fat deaf bitch. Wow. So they go through the fucking Stargate. By the way, all the cities are running out of food. Like everywhere, for everyone. They're running out of food. Which is why also they want to conquer the other worlds, is to get resources. So they go through. He didn't bring them to a good world. He brought them to where that blue fucking light thing is. First thing he does is say, hey, fat deaf one. Yeah, you're not my blood, but you're the closest thing in my heart to family. Kills her. He becomes Thanos. He had to kill her, the one thing he held truly dear to himself, to get chaos magic. Only when you find out and you realise this is what he has found out, or it's dawned on him, oh, I have to kill her because she's the one thing I do hold dear, blah blah blah. You realise, oh, he's Thanos now. So when he kills his Gamora, it's like, did he get chaos magic, or did he get the fucking soul stone? It's so stupid. He gets the magic, banishes the 6 guys and the one feminine dude. Where, doesn't matter. You don't know. Just sends them off. And he's now got chaos magic. So the little ruse with the army works. They get in. They have Love and Thunder chained up because he's meant to be the reward. Nobody notices. Like, that one's limping, that one's a midget, and this one's got colourful dreadlocks. And there's a woman. Jesus Christ. So they go in. Michelle Yeoh brings him up to the Empress. Stunning and Brave, and one of the other ones, I think was the big Welsh dude, walk up to these 2 guards at one of the grain storage things, and she does this weird walk up and she's like, you're relieved, and then just kills them. Gives this big almighty shit speech to the people, opens the doors to the grain, and there is no grain, it's empty, and then changes her speech from, this grain is yours, to, this is what's ahead of you if we don't fucking fight. And the people decide to fight, and the people are all like fucking 90 years old and led by an anorexic skinny white woman with red hair who looks like a fucking breeze would kill her. Keep this woman away from strong winds, basically. And they go and slaughter everyone. The Empress betrays Michelle Yeoh. She's like, yeah, I would have given you back the sword, but times have changed. She drags her out, sees fucking her ex-lover, Thor, Love and Thunder. He fucking rages out. She gets taken out. Like, the guards run her off. And right before they brought Michelle Yeoh and him in, the young dude with the book came in, her fucking spy, and told him, hey, Lenny Henry didn't really understand his own magic. This book can make us go through time as well. Ooh. Foreshadowing, maybe? He hulks out. His mission, not fucking young dude, Love and Thunder, his mission is to kill the beastie. So he hulks out, fights the beastie. Stunning Brave finds the Empress, stabs her with her own knife while she's still holding it. And I'm like, dumb bitch, just let go of the knife. Because she goes to stab Stunning Brave. Stunning Brave grabs her arm and just puts her arm down, aiming towards her stomach. And it's like, just let go of the knife. The threat is over. Now she holds onto it and she stabs her with her own knife and tells her, you've two options. You can leave the knife in and maybe a doctor basically will find you and you'll live long enough to see your people free and rise up against you, or pull it out and die like a coward. While all this is happening, Lenny Henry has arrived back and he's just throwing fire at yin and yang. Just talking dog shit, but that's basically what's going on down there. Then we go back to Michelle Yeoh, Welsh dude, and Mini 4. They're just cleaning up shop. They're just killing everyone who are still running at them one by one. You see them kill about 6 people, and then you just see them running at other people. We don't see them again till near the end of the episode. So, what's this called? Love and Thunder, he does go out a window with the big beastie. They break a statue. The big beastie comes back. It's going to attack him. Stunning Brave comes out of nowhere, throws a knife into its eye. Beastie hits her against the wall. Freaks fucking Love and Thunder out. He hulks out. Like, he proper hulks out. When it happened, all I was expecting here was fucking elf smash. He hulks out, smashes the statue's hand for the sword, throws the sword, kills the big beastie. The Empress had walked back into the throne room, put her crown back on. Her people came in. She said, remember me, and pulled out the knife and died. That's the end of her. One of the guys who was just this annoying fucking idiot, who was a part of the group that Michelle Yeoh somehow found to get the uniforms, he comes out and says, hey, aren't these type of things not so scary when you can see their arsehole? And right as he says it, fucking Love and Thunder, who's now the Incredible Hulk, rips him in half, runs at the Welsh dude, who sticks a gigantic axe halfway into his fucking shoulder. He rips his eye out, and then gets a lullaby sung to him. Where have we seen this before? Yep, Stunning and Brave starts singing to him to calm him down. Sun's getting real low, big fella. Jesus Christ. And it does calm down, and she's like, I love you. And he's like, I love you too. Now fucking kill me. So she does, and fucking whatever. Lenny Henry then gets pushed back with the Force, basically. Yin and Yang. Yin tells Yang, right, you do your thingy. I can use my powers to shatter the monolith. You do that thing. So she does. These big kind of branch things come out, wrap around Lenny Henry, lift him up, wrap around dude, stick into the monolith. He touches the monolith explodes. I'm assuming it killed them too, because you never see them again. But the unforeseen consequence of that monolith shattering was it ruptured time and space and all the worlds merged together. And it was the conjuring of the spheres. So now you have two contradictions, because that's not how this conjuring of the spheres happened. And the very first Witcher was in fact a human, not an elf. Then we just see them all, fucking Michelle Yeoh's burying the sword that she went nuts to get back after doing a weird dance in the sand, drawing lines. Stunning and Brave burned the body of Love and Thunder. Welsh Dude, by the way, Welsh Dude is in love and has a relationship with Sarah Palsy woman. They meet back up as she's burying her brother. Fucking Minnie for. Can't remember where the fuck she was. Don't care either. And then you're basically told, and then we get the story of the humans arriving. And we see an elf waking up on the beach and there's two great big sailboats broken on the beach. And who's the first human we see? A fucking woman. Of course it's a woman. And the elf is freaked out and is like, what are you? It's like, you look the exact same, except your ears. And why would our ears freak you out? The fucking dwarves have normal ears too. So why you freaked out? And then we go back to Bollock's head from the actual Witcher writing the story, and Minnie Driver is vanished, and it's like you have to find the singing of the song to find out who it's all about. Oh yeah, in Stunning and Brave we get glimpses of her. She's pregnant with Love and Thunder's baby, and she's going to be the bloodline to something, and the show ends. Or does it? Because there's a mid-credit scene. What is the mid-credit scene? Well, it's the first introduction to Ciri in the Witcher show. You remember when she's dressed as a boy playing that game in the street? So when that scene happened and she looked over to her, who do we see? We see the spy, the Empress's protector spy dude, the young guy. He's standing there with the book smiling at her, because Ciri comes from the bloodline of Stunning and Brave. That's right, the Black Woman. So that's basically that show in a nutshell. It was utter dog shit from start to finish. Terrible editing, terrible sound, really terrible sound. When Lenny Penny goes all Hulk, Darth Vader, and is choking out the young dude, the sound goes weird. The voice sound there's like a rumble from the noise of him holding him against the wall. And the sound of the voices goes really low for some reason. It was weird. So the sound editing is atrocious. The special effects are atrocious. The acting is atrocious. The writing is atrocious. This show is in the words of Jeff Goldblum, once again, a big pile of shit. Thank God it's over. Never gonna watch that again. And this solidifies that The Witcher is done. It's done. You can truly see why Henry Cavill left. Anyway, with that, I'll leave it there for this one. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.